Well, we'll start it here. Here we are, getting ready for the commute into work. Got my Bosch powered up, my Garmin powered up. I'm in my bike, and away we go. I got Winter RX, choose it. Hit start. Let's go. So we'll start a bit easy. Got the bike on turbo for warming up, so I don't have to put a lot into it. I could if I wanted, frankly. Like, it's turbo amplifies your power by 4. So I could try as hard as I want and it'll just give me 4 times as much. Or I could barely try at all and still get 4 times as much, which is enough to move me forward. If you're watching this video, I do think you should, if you're interested in the RX, you should keep watching, because I'll talk a lot about it. And I will get to some pretty interesting terrain, or at least I think it's interesting. If you're not interested in the RX, I think it's still going to be an awesome video. So this little bit, I think I hit up to like 55 down this hill. So normally I would go straight back there back in the day when I had just a road bike and I had basically one way to work. I had the river path, but now with the RX I've got like, I have tons of options available to me because I can go off-road. I can go up and down curbs. I can have a quick turning radius. I can go full single track, downhill. Like the creative ways that I can commute are pretty fun now. And so I'm going up a fairly, it's a long hill. And if I want to, so I'm in turbo mode right now, I've got 4 modes available to me. I've got eco mode, I've got 5 really. I've got off, so no assistance. I've got off, I've got eco, tour, e-mountain bike, and turbo. And so because I'm talking to you, I've left it in turbo, but yesterday I did this ride in tour mode, so just one up from eco. And you can kind of use the assistance levels almost as resistance levels. So if I wanted a longer ride yesterday, like in time, and to do like a zone 2 workout. So I just bumped it down and it made my commute in like 30% longer. Oops. And so for those hand cyclists out there, you'll understand that for like athletes, that if you're training, you do want to manipulate your heart rate in different ways. And sometimes on a hand cycle, on a road bike, that's hard because you need to find terrain to allow you to do that. Like long flats or long straights or a long bit of path. But with the different assistance modes, you can kind of you can make a hill anywhere by turning it off, you know? If you've got questions about any of this, you can comment and ask them. So a little bit about this bike. This is prototype number 2. So it's not as lovely as what's hiding at the shop. But that'll be next week. We'll actually be moving on and testing for moving on to those. You'll get to see it. But for now, I've got 2 races on this prototype, about 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers on it, just over actually. Not one chain derailment, not one. Not a missed shift, nothing. So I run the SRAM axis, so a cassette, and I've got the shifter in my hand there. And just like on a bike, like on a cross-country world champion's bike, you just have to know how to shift, which isn't that hard. I've been doing it constantly while we're talking here. So the Bosch motor is an e-bike motor, right? Like a high-end e-bike motor. And because of that, and it's really what I kind of listened to what you guys wanted from the hand cycling community. You wanted to crank, you wanted exercise, so you're getting it because there's no throttle. But that being said, in turbo mode, the application of power from the motor happens really quick. So essentially your crank is your throttle. So you have to keep moving your arms to go, but it's pretty insane what you can climb up and do. So I'm about to go down a bit of single track here that's on the route that I can go. It might get a bit bumpy, but it's a ton of fun. So the bike, the RX, is still like the Reach in that it articulates. It's got suspension. It handles like a dream. And it's a ton of fun. It's fast, super fast actually. And pretty sweet to get to put this into my commute every morning. Not that I didn't love my bike path hand cycle rides, but I don't love them as much as this. So battery capacity wise on the Bosch, the bike comes with, the RX comes with 1 battery, and that'll give you about a 30k range on turbo and probably close to a 50k range on tour, a little more on eco, and then as far as you want off, because you're cranking. With the second battery, it's not exactly linear, so you go up to about 75k on turbo, well over 100 on tour, and then again, if it's off, you can ride until you fall asleep. So while we're talking here, my Bosch Kiox, the computer, tells me how much power it's putting out. It tells me how much power I'm putting in. Gives me my distance, my cadence, my speed, how late I am for work, because I'm screwing around riding my bike, everything. I happen to have been a long time Garmin user too, so I've got the Garmin there. Gives me some more stats about my heart rate. I mean, the Kiox does heart rate too, but like I said, I'm just a long time Garmin user. So here we are, popped onto the path that I would normally be on. But in fact, I think we'll go over it here. If this was this time of year, I would have had to stop riding my road bike. I had a lay down race bike, carbon wheels, pretty awesome bike. I loved it. But I couldn't ride now because just these bits of snow, especially the snow up some steeper hills, I'd have been stuck. I'm coming up to what I call the Edworthy Glacier, which is, there's like a spring that crosses the path, and so as the temperatures dip below zero, it starts building up a lot of ice. And there's a bit of ice here. And I did hit this in the road bike once and slid into the fence. But on the RX, whew, so I'm on it right now. It's so slick. I'll be swapping to studded tires, but I've got a cyclocross race coming up this weekend, and I wanted to keep the regular rubber on so I didn't tear up the grass. But yeah, once I swap to a studded tire, then as the snow flies in Calgary, and it will, I'll be good to go traction wise. So I'm clipping along at like 30k an hour, about 18, 19 mile an hour. While I'm chatting to you, I'm in like zone 2 of my heart rate, so zone 3. So still a good workout, but that's the beauty of turbo. Like I said, I could turn turbo off, but then I'd really be huffing and puffing talking to you. So the crank width is adjustable on this. Currently for launch we're at 1 crank length, but the cranks will be offered in some different lengths. I really think with the motor it's slightly less sensitive to getting that perfectly dialed. Because of that, it kind of mutes how extreme you have to get your power in. How to think where we're at tech-wise here. Like I said, it's got the leaning of the reach. You can lean and crank very easily, and you'll see that I've got another technical section up here. I've got a crazy uphill that I said I wasn't going to try because the dirt might not be good, but now I'm here. I can always turn around. So it's the one, we're going to pull up to it, but it is, I think you can see it in front of me. It is a steep hill. It is not something that most anyone can ride up on a bike, let alone a hand cycle, but if I can do it, and I will be huffing and puffing on this, so I probably won't talk, but it's pretty crazy. that I can add this into my commute. So I'm going to start in an easy gear and pace myself here. It's just whether or not, if there's any, oh yeah, I don't know, if there's any frozen ground and ice, I'm going to get stuck, or not stuck, but I'm just going to spin out. So I try and keep just like on a bike, I try and keep a quiet upper body, meaning like not a lot of frantic movement, just to save energy. But by the top, that goes out the window, and it's just whatever I can do to get over that hump. Oh yeah, she's slick. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll go until we can go no further. I can always turn around. But heart rate's climbing. We're in zone 4. Oh yeah, no, there's no way. It gets really steep at the top. I think if the sun had been hitting this for another hour, we'd be good. But it's a bit frosty. You can lean your weight back a bit. Load the back tire. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It was worth the shot, but you can see how with the articulation, how you're safe to turn around on a side slope like this. Oh geez. It is quite a side slope. I didn't really plan my attack here because there's big, huge ruts. Whoa, there we go, as well. But yeah, I'm sitting sideways on a 18 or 20 degree hill safely. Okay, we're gonna be good. There we go. And back down we go. Whew. But there's another way up, and I'm gonna give her the beans so that I can get us to some fun single track. This is also an example. This hill I'm about to go up, it's a 100-meter climb, exactly, like elevation gain, so like 330 feet. And I'll let myself suffer here and shut up for a bit. But this is where you can be in turbo and still work. It's not a gimme. I could ease up and limp my way up here without any effort, which I couldn't do on my road bike. But or I could give it with the motor and just get up fast. I think I'm just looking at the time. This is going to be a long video, so maybe I'll shut up. We can edit this climb out. I think that guy's taking a dump. I might have done that in the trees. hopefully we'll get this single track out of the way before the cameras die, because it's awesome. (162 beats a minute). I'm climbing at 16k an hour, which is faster this hill for me. (167). I'm an old man too. Well, 47, almost 46. Jesus. Seventeen and a half K. Push to the finish. Let's go for 18. 18. Yeah. 170 beats. Holy Jesus. Oh. Okay. Okay. So. Oh. That's some. I have my breath back. Sorry. So we're gonna hit up the dog park here. Always fun to do in a Bowhead bike, because dogs love it. They chase you. They think it's hilarious in their little dog minds. Okay. Hey. So we're up. You can't see it. I can see it. There's a beautiful view up here. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, what did we run through? Shifting is done like every World Cup mountain biker does it, with a SRAM axis. Cranking tells the motor to engage and move you forward, and it's seamless. There's no thumb control. It adds power as you add power. It lessens power as you take it away. It's controllable to 4 different assist levels by the touch of a finger on your little controller up here. Morning. I try not to talk too much to myself so it doesn't look like I'm crazy. Oh. Hey there. Yeah, told you we get some dog friends. Try not to go too fast through here, just because of the people and dog traffic. That's a good point, actually. I mean, on anything e-bike, we're in the same boat as able-bodied riders. We'll get harassed a lot less if we're responsible riders. So just because you can rip through a dog park doesn't mean you should. Morning. Let's go this way. Where are we here? Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Okay. I know it's around here somewhere. I was here last week with my friend Dustin from We Are One Composites, makers of the best wheels and enduro bike frames on the planet. And we found this wicked downhill, but we also made a few wrong turns before we got to it. And without Dustin, I don't want to make those same wrong turns, because we had to do some work to get out of our precarious situation. So I think we're up here. Okay, so she gets steep. Well, it's all relative, isn't it? Oh yeah, this is her. Nope. Oh shoot. Well, here we are. There's a bunch of stairs. We'll stay on the high side here. Use our skid plate to our advantage. Oh, that sucks. The downhill is so awesome. These are big steps. Okay, but not bad that you can explore and be confident you're not gonna get stuck, because your bike is rad. Whew. Okay. Got a little rock feature up here. I'm gonna go high side on this bad boy. Okay. We'll drop off that side. It's greasy too. Well, oh yeah! Oh, it's not just greasy. We're full ice. Okay. Oh, this might be good that we missed our downhill over there. Oh my. What have I done? Okay. Phew. So I got one side on the stairs thanks to the articulation. It's no biggie. One side on the dirt or ice. Just bobsled my way down here. Woo. We're alive. There you go. This way. Okay. Well, I got no idea where I am. Well, I'm not at work. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But, oh yeah. I'm on my way. This might, I think this has taken me pretty far from where I thought I was going to end up. So I may have some train tracks to ride along. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. I can't go back, I can tell you that much. I made it down those stairs. The bike can't fly and I won't make them up, I can tell you that. It's still quite high above the valley. Oh, no, I think I know where I am now. I remember that bridge. Little home free camp back there. Woo! We did it. Okay. I think it won't be exciting. So we're gonna go back along the train track instead of following them. So yeah, I guess what this ride, if you're still watching, has shown you is that this bike is basically a crazy worthy enduro mountain bike. Like, the trails that I was just on are too skinny for any other adaptive mountain bike. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. It descends like a monster. It's got suspension. It's also the sickest gravel bike I've ever owned, because I've never got to own a gravel bike in a chair. I've done 2 races competing with amazing athletes on 2-wheeled bikes, and I can't wait for there to be a full class of able-bodied athletes, or disabled athletes. It's also, which I had no idea was going to be the case, it's the best road bike I've ever owned. And obviously, if you're going to compete at the highest level in hand cycling, your road bike is everything. But I would argue that every Paralympic level hand cyclist should have one of these for training. You can manipulate the wattage and your heart rate at will. You don't have to drive out to a safe zone to train or a highway. You can get that, beside a train track if you want. Hard to get hit by a car beside a train track. You can do it year round. I'm going to be commuting year round, so you should keep an eye out on YouTube, because there's going to be some pretty sick commuting once the snow really flies here. It's safe. I'm up higher. I can turn on a dime. I can go up and down a curb. People can see me. I can talk to them. I can cut corners through a park. Get some air. So the rest of my ride is, unless I go on another adventure, is pretty mellow. So I think we might cut the video. Or maybe there's some editing we can do. But before we do cut it, if you have questions, ask them. There's no better hand cycle than this. That's my opinion. I'd love actually to hear why you think a different one is better. Because what that allows me to do is to make sure we didn't miss anything. Because I'm not the only hand cyclist on the planet, I get that. Yeah, let us know in the comments why you don't think this bike is for you, or what you need to know about it to be a Bowhead RX rider. Here, just for fun, I'll bring you up to top speed. I think 31. Maybe the camera behind me is getting this, but if not, I'll tell you. It's actually 44 is my top before I spin out, but I've just been yabbering too much. That's my excuse. 3-wheel disc brakes, 20-inch tires up front. You got a conventional 27.5 in the back that it comes with. You can drop that to 26 and put a bigger tire on. Or you can increase it to 29 and put more of a cyclocross tire on if you wanted. If you're doing mainly gravel roads. It would extend your battery life because less rolling resistance. It would keep your top speed a bit higher. It'll come stock with sort of the medium speed gearing, but you'll be able to choose one gear lower and one gear higher on your own accord. There's a jack shaft up front where you can change that. It either gives you more torque or more speed, whichever one you're after. But frankly, I've been running the medium gearing, and I definitely don't need any more torque. And I'm the fastest guy in the shop with a bunch of fit, able-bodied cyclists, so I don't think you need more top speed. Yeah, it meets all the, because it's a Bosch e-bike system, meets all the international standards. Like I say, I raced it at Fernie, I raced it at Sea Otter. I didn't get a sideways glance from anybody. The fact that I just increased the amount of races I can do by adding gravel to that. There's gravel races everywhere, and they're such a welcoming crowd. And they're good distance, you know, like 40 miles, 50 miles, and like you work, it's beautiful scenery, it's a struggle, it's fitness. You could cross country race in this, absolutely. It's, I don't know why you don't own one. So we went on a bit of a milk run there as far as the not going as the crow flies. If I take my most direct commute path, my record is 15 minutes and 20 seconds for the 10K I have to go, with like an average speed of like 32, I think it is, K. So, which is, I've got a couple big hills that slow you down. So at my fittest on my road bike, I was at 19 minutes flat. So I'm like 3 minutes, or I can't even, at 3.5 minutes faster than my fastest road bike time, which is pretty awesome. But still with my heart rate through the ceiling, you know, and if I wanted to, I could bump it down to tour mode and I'd be back on par with the effort I'm putting in on my road bike. So yeah, so I mean, I could match that workout exactly if I wanted. I love cornering on this bike. It's glued to the road because your hands end up forward and you front load those two front wheels and just rails. It's just stuck to the ground. I got another good little turn up here that I like to do in the mornings. I slide the back end to let it catch, slide it, let it catch. Oh, hit my kept the corner a little tight on the back camera. Okay. Well, we're almost there. I can't say I regret being a little late for work, and the most beautiful thing off this curb is from the Bosch. So it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's another awesome feature of this bike over like a road bike. Again, I love road bikes, but this does have some pretty clear benefits. And that's my visibility and my ability to go up and down curbs, which if you were needing to get out of harm's way, so like here, I'll go up this curb for you guys, just so you can see it. And then we can even go up the grass. We can ride this side slope. This is a steep side slope. But the application of power is still there. It's crazy. I'm still clipping along. I bump off the curb like it's nothing. Shift gears. Hammer up this hill. Bike weighs about 86 pounds with both batteries. So it's super stable and super solid. I've had it at 76k an hour at Sea Otter down a hill. on the gravel race, and so that's about like I think like 45 mile. This thing it's a race car as far as how well it handles and how stable it is at speed. Look. Yeah. And safety for hand cycling in the city, I don't think it can be beat. Yeah. And we've done it. Oh, too tight. We're at work. This is let's see if my garage door opener's working. Like I said, comment, go on our Insta DM, we'll answer any questions. Ahoy! Ahoy! My garage door opener does work. So, just as a final update here, it was 46 minutes, 13K, as you saw, I piddled around a lot. But I hit 52K an hour, average speed is 17. Average heart rate, 137 beats, maximum 170. I went 238 meters up, 246 meters down. Burned 603 calories, and I did 162 rear shifts. So a pretty decent ride.